Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Okay, welcome back to On the Way to School. I hope the back end of this week is feeling great, and you've got some really exciting plans for the weekend, and you're taking care of yourself. So I wanted to close out kind of this I guess midweek series of advice or experiences that have been transformative or game changing, a part of my career. And, the first two, we talked about politics and leadership. We talked about being ready to support students, not, you got to be ready to go. But today I wanted to talk about something that's more universal, not specifically focused on just students or leadership, but it's about people pleasing. People pleasing is a battle you cannot win. Okay. And this is something that I came to discover, I think, over my time between just watching things that happened as I kind of transitioned from Scripps College over to collegiate school in New York. And I just had an interaction out in New York where there was, a key supporter from the parent community. When I started, they gave really positive energy and really said, hey, if you need anything, resources, or if you need to get some momentum, I'm the one you need to come to. I've got your support. I've got your back, and, I'll help advance. We're partners in this. And I appreciated that. And there are plenty of people who do that, have done that and consistently do that and honor it. But this particular person, I think when there was an initiative that they didn't particularly agree with, or it didn't go in their favor, that level of support quickly evaporated, and they were ready to consider, my leadership in an adversarial, conflict with their point of view. And I was confident enough in my leadership to know that I didn't need to try and do anything to reconcile this assumed breach of relationship, because I understood that I'm a professional. We're not always going to agree. You're not going to like everything that happens, but as long as I'm principled and we're sound in as far as our policies and our communication was transparent, I can stay in the dialogue, even if there's some discomfort or if someone is mad. But it's the people pleasing that can get people in trouble, because for some folks, the desire to be liked or well esteemed can really take over judgment and how you do your job. So 3 points to think about that I've learned when it comes to understanding that people pleasing is a unwinnable battle. The first is you can't control other people's perception. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to make everybody happy. And the responses are influenced by their own experiences and their own expectations. And it's not necessarily your job to try to convert or win everybody over. Over time, in reflection, maybe they can come back to it and understand where you're coming from, or maybe they can just arrive to that without having any ill will, but you can't control others' perceptions. Okay. The second is set boundaries with a purpose. You can prioritize meaningful commitments, align with your values, rather than just spreading yourself thin to gain approval. So for me, I've had to limit my availability and also limit the guilt and dread of not being able to get back to everybody in rapid fire, capacity, because that sets an unrealistic boundary of that. If you don't hear from me in 30 minutes, I should apologize for that delay. We're a part of complex organizations, and there's the job we're here to do, and major initiatives and goals that take time. Sometimes the engagement and the social component is actually the add-on to the tasks that we're actually here to take care of. So set boundaries with a purpose. Again, prioritize the meaningful commitments, but avoid spreading yourself thin, because when you start spreading yourself thin, you're at the whim of people who are not honoring your other priorities. And the third thing is seek respect and not popularity. Okay. Respect, requires difficult conversations, unpopular decisions, and it lasts longer and it holds more value than just people's approval. I often say, my job is to have sometimes the hardest conversations after the hardest day in the room with the fewest amount of people. The jobs that people don't run toward, the things that fall off the shelf, that's my job description. But I have joy in it because I know that there's problem solving and people, can be received with great care. But seek respect, not popularity. And as you seek respect, it's not even about making sure they respect you. It's like, no, if you respect the situation, the dynamic, what's going on, and the other person, there's really little room for them not to respect you in return. But it's also important to know how you take up space within all that. So again, just some things to think about when you're going down this road of trying to confront your own tendencies to make folks happy and people pleasing, because it's definitely an unwinnable battle. So go out there and be brave today, my good people. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful on the way to school. Take care.
Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.